The Halifax Forum, built back in 1927, site of the former Nova Scotia Provincial Exhibition, badly damaged by the 1917 Halifax explosion. So many great memories here in this building, and the future stars of Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League, and then Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League, hoping to make some memories here this weekend. It is the 2019 Nova Scotia Pee Wee Provincial Hockey Championships in the white. The Glace Bay Miners. Owen Bresson is their starting goaltender. They're in the white. The host team in the black, the Halifax Hawks, and they're going to be led by Liam Fury, will be their starting goaltender. Referees at center ice, and we are underway. So they're going to start off here with Arnold. Angus Arnold will be the forward, taking the draw here for the Miners for the Hawks as they are in the corner. And it will be the Miners that come up with the puck. Long lead pass up ahead there is too far out of the reach of Sinclair, number 12 there for the Miners. It's into the corner, and the Hawks are going to try to switch sides with it and send it to the far side boards. A long lead pass up ahead as they were trying to hit Mumberket, and Jack Mumberket couldn't come up with it, so they've iced the puck here with just 36 seconds gone. Hi everybody, my name is Dan Hobson. Delighted to be here at the Halifax Forum here for the Provincial Championships here on 360 Live. If you want to find out how to get to this, go to Hockey Nova Scotia, as well as the Halifax Hawks have it on their site. Draw one, there's a wrist shot there by O'Coin. It doesn't get through as the Hawks knock it down. Now they'll get the transition game going as they hit center ice. It's Legier. Shot there wide of Bresson. A little wrister from well out. And the puck goes over the bench and out of play. Taking a look at these teams' history, the way things have gone in the season. Halifax Hawks, host team in these championships, finished 6th in the Central Minor Hockey Federation. And for the Glace Bay Miners, first place in the Cape Breton Pee Wee AAA Hockey League. But you get to this time of year, you can throw the numbers out the door. It's how bad do you want it and how bad do you want to go after it here, as McIntosh will send it in for the Miners, and he'll start a change. So the Hawks have a little bit of room as we come up to the 1.5 mark here, the opening period. 3 15-minute periods. Here's what they play here in Pee Wee. If you're just joining us for the first time, is going back in his own zone. There is Walworth there for the Halifax Hawks, and up there being a nuisance there is O'Hanley there for the Miners. And now the Hawks will get center ice. Here's Ross now coming down the wing, gets a backhander, it goes in behind the net, and Miners player falls down, but luckily there to defend there was Hanrahan there for the Miners to come up with the puck and make sure they didn't turn it over. Now it's a puck battle along the boards there, and now they'll send it here to the near side. 12:54 left to go here in the opening frame there. Clark will go back there. He's bothered there by Bursey, and now we'll have a little bit of room and we'll bring it out the other side. Clark hits center ice, a couple of nice moves, an individual effort, and we'll have our first penalty of the game. So the first power play will go to the Glace Bay Miners, and power plays here all weekend are brought to you by Atlantic Acura. As Raphael hooked his man down, he'll serve 2 or less. Time of that is 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Puck there right on the doorstep, and a shot there, and a nice save there by Fury. It's a one and done, sent right in on the goaltender Bresson, and now he'll leave it there to the side there for Gottwald. Miners had a difficult Pee Wee championships a couple of years ago that they want to forget, but they look pretty good here. And they went undefeated in the Cape Breton League, hoping here to draw first blood in this one as we come up to the 3-minute mark. Coming out front, the shot, and a save there by Fury. And a nice piece of work there done by St. Clair as he came out front and was right on the doorstep, but Fury was up to the task that time. Minute 23 left in the Raphael penalty. Miners doing well in face-off circles so far to start this game. Puck in along the boards there. Now it comes to the blue line. O'Coin was thinking about teeing up and then sends it to an open wing, but right there was Fitzpatrick to bank it off the glass and out to center ice. Here's a shorthanded opportunity here for Merritt. Merritt with a wrist shot that doesn't get through. But the Hawks will get possession and they'll go back with it and then send it right on goal to Bresson, and he'll steer it up here. 45 seconds left in the Raphael penalty. The power play here of the Glace Bay Miners brought to you by Atlanta Acura. As it's sent into the corner. Hawks, well, the first bit of this power play, they were sort of on their heels, but they're looking pretty good in the closing stages here. Send it back down the ice. 25 seconds left to go, so the Miners have one last chance here. One last kick of the can before the penalty to Raphael is over. They tried to send it down, but it's picked off there by the Miners. And here they cross the Hawks blue line. But they're kept to the outside. 8 seconds left in the Raphael penalty. A slapper there by McIsaac's wide. And trying to come in to keep it alive there is Nearing for the Miners. He can't. And the first power play of the afternoon is in the books, and maybe a couple of shots, but no goals there for the Miners. So we are still scoreless here with 10:18 left to go here in the first period. It was a little bit of a mixed bag because the Miners looked good the first half of that power play, but the second, Hawks did a better job of killing that penalty. There's a trip there by McIsaac that goes uncontested there, so the referee was there, but play will continue on. Here's McIsaac now. Tried to leave it to Matheson. He kind of fanned on it. Matheson had to come back and then slapped it. In the meantime, Hawks sent it in, but not for long. Back out to center ice. Here's St. Clair trying to split the D there for the Miners. And following up here is Pilling. Pilling now with the puck here, and now he'll send it to the open corner. St. Clair up with it. He looks pretty good so far, this St. Clair kid. Of course, looking to hopefully maybe try to open the eyes of some major Bantam scouts here that will probably be here at the tournament, as this is covered up here by Liam Fury. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the first period. Still no score between the Hawks and the Miners here on 360 Live's coverage of the 2019 Nova Scotia Pee Wee Provincial Hockey Championships. O'Neill on the draw. O'Coin now. We'll send it in towards the corner, and Miners trying to come up with it. They eventually do here along the near side boards. Raphael now tried to clear there for the Hawks and can't. He's still stuck in the corner. Miners, Cameron calling for the puck, but he won't get it. He's along the blue line, was calling for it, but the puck didn't come to him. Now we have a little bit of a scrum there. But following up, O'Neill there for the Miners, but Raphael gets in his way. Nice defensive play and prevents his progress. 8:40 left to go here in the first period. Still wait for our first one between the Halifax Hawks and the Glace Bay Miners. Much of the play has been so far down into that Hawks zone, so I imagine probably Coach Brian O'Neill, the Glace Bay Miners, happy with this one as the Hawks will send it in, and they'll start a much-needed change. They'll try to get a long lead pass up ahead there as getting in behind the D. There was Hammerhand there for the Glace Bay Miners. He did get a shot away, but if they got the pass quicker, he would have been off to the races. Back into his own zone, McDougall. Ray McDougall, a defenseman there for the Hawks. And they go high off the glass, and it just gets out. Cathcart, of course, his family was on Twitter. Couldn't wait to see these championships. So if he's watching back in Glace Bay, the Cathcart family, we say hello to you and hope you enjoy these championships here. St. Clair, nice move. St. Clair driving and lost the puck before he got a shot. You have to like his play so far. St. Clair, Luke St. Clair, number 12. He's kind of got the Edmonton Oilers pants, so he sort of sticks out. Hawks coming in, and they try to drive towards the net. Makes a nice move, but falls down on the play. St. Clair leaving it for Pilling. Hawks with some pressure now. Wrist shot, and there's a stop there by Bresson. The shot by Bishop. And into the corner it goes. So that's the Hawks' best chance here so far as we pass the halfway point here of the first period. Bouncing puck there. Wagner trying to hold it along the line there for the Hawks, and does. They'll send it in to O'Coin. Arnold. And now it's sent here. There's a little bit of bodies come together as St. Clair and Wagner meet each other just inside the blue line. 6:36 left to go here in the opening period. And that's picked off there by Pilling, and Pilling has a little burst of speed. He has a 2-on-1. He's got Matheson with him. Pilling, wrist shot, and grazes the post. Matheson was going stride for stride with it, and he decided to take the shot, and he got iron, so we remain scoreless here at the Halifax Forum with 6:11 left to go here in the first. Long late pass. Raphael comes up inside the blue line. Now to Ross. Ross with the backhand. And looking around there is Gottwald for the Miners. The pass hits a stick there of the Hawks player. He's just going to go off for a change. And following up now, here's Hutchings now. Or St. Clair, pardon me again. It was St. Clair. And it's sent in towards the corner. 5:36 left to go here in the first period. Still no score between the Hawks and the Miners. And now the Hawks will break out, but they were just a little bit eager as a couple of his line mates went ahead of the play on the offside, so they'll bring it outside the line. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the first period. So far, the territorial play has belonged to the Miners, but they have nothing to show but a goal post, and they had the best chance of the period so far. The Cape Breton Pee Wee champions sent down the ice. Emma McIntyre wears number 5 for the Hawks. Had it momentarily. Here's Legier as he crosses the blue line. Legier will send it in towards the corner. Now it goes over to the far side, but no Hawks are there, so the Miners have a chance to clear. But they're having a little bit of difficulty. Also up there, McKinnon there, looking for the puck there for the Hawks. And also Bishop. Miners player falls down, but the Hawks come up, centering pass, a shot, and it didn't miss by much. A toe-to-toe, tape-to-tape pass. And it was a close call there for Legier. And a penalty coming up. And it is a tripping call. So this will be the first one there for Glace Bay Miners. And another reminder that this power play is brought to you by Atlantic Acura. And it's actually the Hawks that are going to get it. My apologies on that one. So this is one that will drive coaches crazy. Goes all the way down into the Hawks zone. A tripping call. 11.5-minute mark here of the opening period. Wagner has it now. He'll flip it high. Well, it didn't go too high because it went to his teammate, and he gloved it down and sent it down the rest of the way. It was a pretty smart play, killing some time. Merritt, Wagner, McMinn, and Mumberkeck, the power play, the penalty killers here for the Halifax Hawks. Sent in towards the corner. Up with it now is Pilling. Pilling allowed to come out front. There's a slobber there from the point and wide. There's a lively board. Scores St. Clair. That's sometimes one of the things you got to be a little bit weary about. It's a power play goal. St. Clair will get it. And it makes it 1-0 there for the Miners. Lively boards, not used to it. And it just came off. Some may say that's a fluky goal, but of course if you work hard, you don't get those opportunities. Ask the Leafs last night in their game against the Buffalo Sabres. 1-0 the score. St. Clair the benefactor. Waiting for the official announcement to come up here in a couple of seconds. But it was definitely St. Clair right on the doorstep, and they're pressing once again. Unable to settle down is Gottwald there. And there's a loose puck. It's up for grabs again. Scores! McIntosh. Made the original stop, but the puck was right there in the blue ice, and no Black Hawks jerseys around. Not talking about the Chicago Blackhawks, but you know, the black jerseys, the Hawks, are now trailing this one by a score of 2-0. They're doing the announcement there for that first goal. So St. Clair and McIntosh have the Miners up by a score of 2-0. Late stages here of the first period, 2:37 left to go. Merritt just gets it out. But the Miners all back there trying to get something going in transition. Here's Mumberket trying to get going here for the Hawks. They need to strike here, maybe have some positive energy going into the second period. Of course, with this tournament, you no flooding in between the periods. So it's a quick turnaround, switch ins, and get a drink and start period number 2 pretty well. But they need something positive to happen as we come up to 2 to go here left in the opening frame. Clark will go back into his own zone with a burst of speed there. Rink wide pass to Cameron. Cameron's gassed, goes for a change. Fresh line out there for the Glace Bay Miners. Hawks can't take advantage of it here, but it's going to be picked off here by Bursey. Bursey drop pass to Ross, and he misses the net. Lively boards. They tried to sneak it out front there. A nice play, and then McIsaac knocks his man over, gives him a little push as he goes down. 1:28 left to go here in the period. Here comes St. Clair again. He's got one of the 2 goals here, and he's looking for another one. Back to the point. McIsaac. Wrist shot, scores! I don't know if that was deflected, but McIsaac allowed to walk down Main Street. Wrist shot. Top shelf makes it 3-0. It was really important there for the Hawks to get the next one, but boy, they've got a hill to climb, and the first period's not over yet. And the folks watching back in Glace Bay must be really liking what they see so far. Three to nothing. A minute 14 left here in the first period. And the Miners just keep coming after the Hawks as they get the center ice, but the Hawks will win that battle along the boards. Now there's pushing and shoving. There's a penalty coming up, and the Hawks are going to go to the box again. It's head contact, and things going from bad to worse. As to the box is Bishop. 3 straight. He didn't like the call, but this is a very big kill. It's only early in this game, but when you're down by 3, you really can't afford to give up more. The referees are a little bit lenient there as Pillings went down on the trip there just off the face-off draw. Could have been 2 men down, but Of course, they're closer, may have seen something that we might not have seen here from our broadcast location. 36 seconds left to go here in the period. Nice moves there by Pilling once again. Pilling is sort of like a bigger player here. He's got the size. You got to wonder if maybe he's close to Bantam, playing for, of course, the Jono Gym Cougars, who had a fantastic run last weekend at the Provincials. Just to get to the Provincials, they upset the Truro Bearcats, and that was a funny series for sure. Game 1, the Truro Bearcats won that one up in North Sydney. So you figure, hey, you've got 2 home games to win the next one, and the Jono Gym Cougars proved that their Road Warriors won that one. So fantastic showing by them. In the meantime, back to this one with 15 seconds left to go. And it comes back to the blue line. Wrist shot that doesn't get through. It goes towards the corner as Cameron misfires that one. O'Neill in behind the net. Tries to center but runs out of time, and that's how this first period goes. And that's not the start that the Halifax Hawks wanted. Glace Bay Miners got what they wanted. And that's a 3-0 lead after the opening 15 minutes of play. So they'll go to their benches, get a little drink, and get ready for the second period. As I say, no flooding in between the periods. Second period, seconds from getting underway here for the Halifax Forum. It's the 2019 Nova Scotia Pee Wee Provincial Championships here on 360 Live. Hi, everybody, Dan Hobson. 3-0 the score. St. Clair on the power play. McIntosh and McIsaac. SMM have done the scoring here as we are underway here in the second period. They controlled the play, and it showed there. And they were rewarded, and they also had a goal post to boot, so it could be easily 4-0. And we start this one here with a head contact, a double minor to Bishop, late stages of that first period. So this is a very big kill. I talked about it there, the late stages of that first period. Looks like Mumbercat will take this draw here for the Hawks. They're happy to try to keep it down there and pin it. But the Miners will come up with possession of it. They lose it as the captain McMinn there will cycle it towards the corner. Arnold now has it. Now, of course, there's another penalty here, so the teams are even strength now. So 4-on-4, so a little bit of room. So that's definitely going to help the Hawks' progress. A long lead pass to nobody in particular, so back to his own zone is Gottwald, and it will be an icing. 52 ticks gone here in this second period. Not a bad crowd on hand for a Thursday afternoon March break. Of course, the Miners' parents have traveled, and you see a couple of their jerseys and a couple of signs there in the crowd. And they like what they see so far. And we hope you're enjoying the broadcast coverage so far. There's a loose puck out front. Hawks need to get the next one. There's a shot, and that's stopped there by Bresson. Up to the task. So we're 4-on-4. And after the smoke clears there, the Miners will have a brief 43-second power play. Of course, a double minor for Bishop there for head contact. Another stop there by Bresson. He looks pretty sharp here in this one. He gets some high fives there from Cathcart and a couple of his teammates. But, I mean, if you're Tyler Dixon here at the Halifax Hawks, you must be really liking this better start to the second period. But, you know, that you pretty well can't afford to be giving up more. McIntosh, who's got one of the 3 goals, goes into the face-off circle. Hawks a little bit discombobulated, so Fitzpatrick will have to go back into his own zone there. They won the draw. He was retreating. Nice little poke check there by McIntosh. And now he'll go into the corner after it, but it will be first swift at McDougall there for the Hawks. Miners come up with it, centering out front. And a little Johnny Bauer poke check there by Fury, but Fitzpatrick came up with it. Now they'll send it back down into the zone. And into the corner it goes, and will be Gottwald there that will get it out to center ice. Lewis Walworth there. Mumberket gets it to center ice, makes a nice move there. And driving was McMinn there towards the net. McMinn centering past Mumberket, and the stop by Bresson. Well, I'm not sure what Tyler Dixon said to the Halifax Hawks there. But they have a little bit of a jump to their game. 15 seconds left in the minor penalty. 58 seconds left in Bishop. He's off for a double minor there for head contact. McMinn can't get the shot through. Miners will get out to center ice here. Here's Nearing now with the backhand. Will send it in. 40 seconds left in the penalty, so it's a 5-on-4 for the next 36 seconds. And nobody there along the blue line to keep it in there for the Glace Bay Miners. So Gutwell will have to go to the near side. Here's Clark now. Trying to get by one of the defenders there, Walworth. Clark with a burst of speed, shakes him off. Now they'll set it down. St. Clair kind of fans on it with the stick. Fury sends it towards the corner. There along the far side, trying to clear was McMinn there, as well as Arnold there for the Hawks, and can't. 5 seconds left, so Hawks look like they have survived this scare as it's out to center ice. So we're even strength now as the puck goes down. McIsaac there for the Miners. Landon McIsaac, where's number 4? Back out. Here's O'Neill there sending it in. And center ice it is. Put and sent back in. 3.5 gone here in the second period. 3-0 the score between the Glace Bay Miners and the Halifax Hawks. My name is Dan Hobbs. I'm delighted you could join us here for the Pee Wee Provincial Championships, wherever you're watching. First of 4 coming your way this afternoon here from the historic Halifax Forum. Keeping it in there was McIntyre there for the Hawks, but not for long. Raphael makes a couple of nice moves, cut towards the middle, lost the puck in the process, and shoots it right into the shin guards, but does come up with it there for the Hawks. Nice spirited shift for him. Nice pass and another save there by Bresson. As driving towards the net was Sam Ross. And Bresson read that. Bresson is on so far here in this one. It keeps it a 3-goal game. Nearing cycles it around his own zone. Pass picked off. He went right up the middle. Ross there trying to kick it to his stick. Couldn't. Miners come up with it. Here's Hutchings now. Tried to leave it for Nearing. Unsuccessful that time. That's too far for O'Coin. He'll go back for it. As we come up to the 5-minute mark here of the second period. Hawks looking a little bit better. There's a shot from well out by Arnold. And a glove save by Bresson. Almost want to take that first period for the Hawks and just put it by the wayside, but of course all power plays here in this game here is brought to you by Atlantic Acura. Right now teams are even strength. Hawks pressing once again. They do need to get the next one. The thing is that they're probably thinking, well, if we keep pressing, we'll force them into taking a penalty and we can get on the power play. They scored on one of their power plays here in this one. Hoping they could do the same, but right now, teams are even strength. But the Hawks pressing here, it was like something about this end because a lot of the play was in this end the first period. So far, second period, it's a lot down in that end, but now they're going to bring it up ice once again. A pass picked off there by McMinn on the backhand. Arnold near center ice looking for some help. Here's Merritt. Finn Merritt, wrist shot through the blue ice and out the other side. McMinn now. Oh, one-timer there by Arnold, and Bresson is on again. 3-0. It could easily be 3-3. They've had those chances. Well, like the strategy here for the Hawks is like, well, we're down by 3. We got to take a chance to get a chance. And they're getting some chances. And Bresson is just on. Of course, they don't keep track of shots on goal, but got to think maybe after the Miners taking the first period and the Hawks looking better here so far early second period, 8:55 left to go, that, yeah, must be in the even category. There's a centering pass, but there's nobody there in a Hawks jersey. Wagner will slap it in behind the net. Miners all back. The breakout pass actually hits the back heel, so Wagner is allowed to keep it in there for the Hawks. Now a second chance here for McIsaac. Didn't like the traffic there. Once again, that actually hits the skate that time of Bishop as they're having difficulties clearing here. The Miners probably want to get a change, and now they'll finally get it down, but they have iced the puck. But of course, there's no rule about you can't change on icings here because it's a building level, so they're allowed to get the change so they can send it down the ice and get a fresh 5 out there. And they needed it because they were trying to get passes through places that you really shouldn't be passing, trying to set it out and get it down the ice and get those much needed change. Fitzpatrick has the puck now, but not for long. Hawks out the center ice area. Here's Arnold now trying to go. Filling once again, trying to get going here for the Miners. Scrum there just outside the scoring box area, the penalty box area there. Hits a body. Filling back to O'Neill. O'Neill with a nice move, but doesn't pull the trigger and sends it towards the corner. Hawks have it coming up to center ice area. O'Coin picks the pocket. He's all by himself. He'll dump it in. He was looking for a change, and he'll decide to stay for the meantime. As the puck comes out to center ice to O'Coin once again. Actually hits the body. That's going to come outside the line on the offside. O'Coin, he just was looking over to the bench trying to figure out what he needed to do or what he should do. There's a lot of indecision here on his part. He finally gets off. Manny Strong, I'm not sure if our cameras caught it or not, but Manny Strong, the backup goaltender, give him a little mention here for the Glace Bay Miners. He's sitting in the middle of the bench, and when one of the songs came on, was doing a little bit of dance. Can't tell me he's not loose here for this one, as a wristers from well out is stopped there by Lou. Eric Lou in the nets here now for the Halifax Hawks. When I was talking to the coaching staff, they were trying to think that they were going to go with Fury for the whole thing. Minette has been their goaltender throughout most of the year, but they have called Eric Lou up, LYU, here in this game. And now he's pressed into action, and it's a bit of a surprise here that the team has sort of rallied behind him, and now they've looked a little bit better here in the second period, which has 6:43 remaining. Bursey tries to go high off the glass, but he goes too high. So stay in the Hawks zone. 6:36 left to go here from the historic Halifax Forum. Of course, you talk about hockey memories, but there's other sporting events that, of course, have taken place here in this very rink. The late Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan wrestled for the championship here in this match, and you don't often see like those type of athletes be like here in this side of the country, of course. So they have not really, of course, well, Macho Man Savage, of course, passed away a few years ago as a result of an auto accident, and Hulk Hogan getting up there in age. But, you know, not too many wrestling events held here, maybe 1 or 2 a year. But they don't really have, like, you know, the main event superstars. But that just goes to show you some of the great events that they've had here. And it's even in the hallway, so if you're from Glace Bay and you haven't had a chance to be in this arena yet and are going to come down for the weekend, they have like the 40s, 50s, 60s, and a plaque that goes along and stories along with it. It's a beautiful arena. And before, you know, you got to really come to this arena. I've loved it here watching Maritime Hockey League, of course, with the Olin Exports. Then they were the Halifax Wolverines, led by Jim Bottomley. So there's been some memories here, some championships won. And most recently, of course, Atlantic University Sport, the St. Mary's Huskies and Dalhousie Tigers have adopted it as their home rinks. Of course, SMU will have a new arena next year, so this will be the home of the Tigers and the Tigers alone, along with the Civic Center right next door, the adjacent arena. So 3-0's the score as we get back here to this one there, as Pilling was going off to the races there for Miners, but he gets the center ice and no further. Hawks pressing there as it hits a body and goes towards the near side boards, and the Miners will break out. Pilling now will go in after it. Watched by Raphael. Pilling gets that cycle game going, trying to set up Hutchins. Here's McMinn now. McMinn makes a nice move and goes in after the puck, but Cameron first back there for the Glace Bay Miners. Loses a puck. They tried to get a centering pass for a shot. It doesn't come successful that time. Hawks pressing once again. And Bresson on his game makes the stop and gets taps on the head, and the Hawks are probably getting frustrated. What do we got to do to get something past him? Keeps it a 3-goal game. Boy, it has been a tale of 2 periods. 4.5 left here in the second period. Miners, all their goals came here in the first period. The Hawks have been pressing here, but Bresson has been the story here in the second. Here's Ross now. The pass there too far out of the reach. Miners get it out to center ice. And back they come the other way. Left it for St. Clair on a drop pass, and now on the attack is Merritt here for the Hawks. Gets across the blue line. St. Clair plays him well. He goes down on the ice for his efforts. As the puck comes back down to the Hawk zone. A pass there too hot to handle there for Legier. Merritt there had his pocket picked. And it'll be the Hawks that will send it down. And the Hawks will start a change here. 3.5 left to go. Back out center ice there. Miners pick it off. Slapped there by Legier to center ice. And following up here now is McKinnon now. McKinnon with some speed there. Hauled down there. The big defenseman Gutwald there. Had it for the Miners. Nice defensive one-on-one play. Nearing. Nice tape-to-tape pass here. Hanrahan going in. Bumped there by McDougall. And that's a nice one-on-one play. Could have been maybe called for body contact, but if you step in the way, and of course it's accidental, play goes on. So a nice defensive play, and it keeps it a 3-goal hockey game here for the Miners. late stages here of the second period. 2.5 left. As it's out to center ice and down, the Hawks start a full 5. The Miners here trying to get something settled. They were changing as well, so they have fresh legs. Pass for nobody in particular. So back in his own zone is Arnold there for the Hawks. Has Wagner with him. Arnold with a burst of speed. Angus Arnold now. Going end to end. He'll cross the blue line. Player loses his stick there. Arnold going. Tried to backhand it. It might hit a body and goes towards the corner. So a dangerous rush, and they don't get a shot. Under 2 to go here. Second period. McIntosh makes a nice move on Wagner. McIntosh. Cathcart was there, but he's going to have to retreat quickly as the Hawks came up with the puck. And he gets back just in the nick of time. There's McMinn. Hawks with good chance. Shot, scores! They needed it. They got it. Turnover just inside the blue line. And it's 3-1. Said they needed the next one. They got it. Late stages. So it was looking like curtains early, but they've had a better second period. It's 3-1. The home team, the host team, has something to cheer about. Leger banks it off the boards and back down in the Miners zone. Here's St. Clair, one of the goal scorers here for the Miners. Gabe Raphael will get the goal. Coming up to 1 minute left to go here in the second period. That's a big one there for the Hawks, and have something to talk about there. They'll go to their dressing rooms here in about 51 seconds from now. It's Packard happy to send it around the boards there. Hawks, here they are pressing once again. Nice little move by Bishop just to elude the hit. He lost the puck in the prospect. Lost the puck and also lost his speed. And for the first time in the game, Miners are going to go to the penalty box. Power play brought to you by Atlantic Acura. A hooking call to Gutwald. .12:23, the time of that penalty. So this is big here. So barring that Hawks don't score, they'll have a power play to continue over into the third period. Cameron will send it there along the far side boards. And a nice piece of work there by McMinn to keep it alive there inside the Miners zone. Arnold now. Arnold in behind the net. We'll send it back to the point. Raphael, he's got the goal. He'll tee it up. That hit skates, a shot, and that didn't miss by much. McKinnon with the opportunity to shot. Scores! What a turn of events we have here. 3-2. McKinnon gets the goal. And it's a power play goal. Didn't take too long. And it's 3-2. 14:49 the time. A 3-goal lead has been erased, and it's anybody's game. First 30 minutes are in the books here at the Halifax Forum. St. Clair, McIntosh, McIsaac in the first period there for Glace Bay. Second period was Halifax Hawks with Gabe Raphael and McKinnon getting the goals. So we're in for a dandy of a third period. We're going to take a break. We hope you're back here for third period action here between the Hawks And the Miners 3-2. Miners lead the Hawks here on 360 Live. Back after this. And welcome back to the Halifax Forum, third period coverage. Halifax Hawks trailing the Glace Bay Miners 3-2. It was 3-0 after the opening 15 minutes of play. And then head coach Tyler Dixon decided to take out Fury and then put in Eric Liu. And the team responded. They got 2 goals there in the second period. Late stages power play goal. 3-2 is where we stand. The goal scorers Sinclair, McIntosh, and McIsaac for Glace Bay. Raphael and McKinnon for Halifax Hawks. 3-2 as we are back underway here in the third period here at the 2019 Nova Scotia Pee Wee Provincial Hockey Championships here on 360 Live. Dan Hobbs along for the call. Mumber kick there, had a whack there from in close. And standing tall there was Bresson, and he had to be really busy there in that second period. He was making some stellar saves. The game could be tied, or even the Hawks could be leading if it wasn't for his fantastic goaltending play there in the second period. After the Hawks looked a little bit shell-shocked, and Miners took the play to them here in the first period. So, well, you got to look at it here. Okay, we've got 1 point. Is it in? No, says a referee. Arnold can't believe it. Bresson almost doing one of those mannequin challenges. Make sure don't move a muscle or it's going to squeeze through. Keeping it at 3-2. Just to finish my point, you got to look at it here for both teams. They have like banked, if you classify winning a period as a point, well, we banked one. Now we got to get that other one. Of course, doesn't really count in terms of standings, but it just helps you mentally. Miners won the first period. Hawks won the second period, and you have a funny feeling the team that wins the third period will win this game as we pass the 1 minute mark here in the third period. Walworth there with a wrist shot, and that's blocked as Pilling gets in the way of that. Here goes Pilling back the other way, 3 wide. Has O'Neill with him, as well as the goal scorer McIntosh. They have been a dangerous line. Cameron calling for the pass there along the blue line. The big defenseman wearing number 17, but they don't seem to pass it to him yet as they keep it down low in the corner. Now Cameron may get a touch. No, he's going to retreat, and this will allow Legier to get it out, and he'll set it down. He'll start a change, and icing the call. They'll have more room to make that change and some time to do it here in the third period. A little bit of a slow start to this one. 36 gone here in the third. Hanrahan asked to leave the circle very nicely there by the officials, so Hutchings will move in. Number 6 there for the Glace Bay Miners. Back out center ice. There's Hutchings now. Herod up with the puck there for the Hawks momentarily. Hanrahan, who was kicked out of the faceoff circle, had it just for a brief second there for the Miners. Miners will go back in their own zone. Up center ice. On the backhand there is Nearing there for the Miners, sending it in. Hawks quickly back out. McIsaac settling it down. Wrist shot from well out. And Sweet Lou there with the stop. We're going to call him that. Leaves it in the blue ice, but quickly coming was Hanrahan right on the doorstep. So that might have been a little bit too cool on that one. Eric Lou in replacement of Fury. Fury was expected to play a lot here, so now all of a sudden Tyler Dixon has a little bit of a decision to make the rest of these championships if he's going to give Lou some playing time. He'll change late to the roster. Here's Gottwalk on the backhand. He falls down, and it will be up with the puck there. McIntyre for the Halifax Hawks. Up the middle and out to center ice. Cathcart there. That's his pocket pick there. This is Merritt now. Quickly up. Raphael. Backhand. Wrist shot. And a stop there by Bresson. He's coming down his opposite wing. So it wasn't a backhand, my apologies, but nonetheless, it worked, and he's got one of the 2 goals here. But Bresson, solid here so far in this one. You might want to think about maybe stars of the game here. I know it's early in the third period, but maybe put a star beside his name, Owen Bresson. He has been good in that second period, and he's shut the door. Maybe not tested so much here in the third so far, but that second period was definitely one for his portfolio resume. Hawks get out to center ice. Pass actually hits McIntosh and goes into the Miners zone. The Miners have possession. They send a rink-wide pass up to McIntosh. McIntosh will wrist it in and go in after it. Lou out of the net. And Wagner has it now for the Halifax Hawks. Has his pocket picked as the Miners pressing once again. St. Clair, who had a pretty good first period. We're quiet in the second. St. Clair gets a shot there, and it went out the other side. So luckily, I think maybe Lou got a pad on it there, but St. Clair was almost allowed to walk out front. St. Clair's looked pretty good here in this one. Also has Hutchings here for the Miners. Speaking of the Miners, here's Landon McIsaac now, a backhander. Also up there is Gottwald there for the Miners. The Miners are a little bit gassed, and Filling needs a change there, so he goes off. So the Hawks have a little bit of extra room as they break out. Here's Raphael now, allowed to go down Main Street. Raphael is thinking of pulling the trigger. Hits a body. There's a shot there by Mumbercat. He was a bit of a sharp angle, but it hit the Miner player and then left it there for Mumbercat, and he was running out of real estate but got the shot. Hanrahan now, a burst of speed, a little curl. Hanrahan now, that hits the body as it's defended there by McDougall and prevents the centering pass as it's out there along the near side corner. And now out, the Hawks going in for a foot race, but quickly back is O'Coin there for the Miners. Hutchings now. Head near and momentarily, Hanrahan's whiffing, trailing the Pele. Hutchings trying to go wide, well defended. Puck sent towards the far side corner. Pitching in McIsaac there for the Miners. And spinning away there from the pressure was Fitzpatrick. Goes dangerously up the middle, and it's out the rest of the way there by Bishop. And back out to center ice. Clark now, a burst of speed. He goes wide on Legier. McKinnon, who's got that second goal, late stage of the second period, can't clear. As it's kept in there by the Miners. And that's just onside there by McIsaac, but his pass is picked off as the Hawks were all back defending there. Sent down, and Legier with a wrist shot, and that kind of handcuff press on. He didn't know what to do, whether to go with the blocker or the glove. Went wide of the net, but he looked a little awkward as Clark will set it in there for the Miners. Up with it, McIntosh. And it doesn't click that time as Merritt's in there, but loses the puck. St. Clair now. We'll go back to McIsaac. They tried to hit the pass there to St. Clair again. It was too far out of his reach. And it's back out center ice area. Banked in there by Ross. It was actually filling number 15 there. .8:35 left to go here, third period, 3-2. The Miners lead the Hawks here in the opening game of the 2019 Nova Scotia Pee Wee Provincial Championships here on 360 Live. Dan Hobson delighted to bring this one to you. 3-0 was the score after the opening period. Scoring now, and getting that one is Keegan O'Neill, making it 4-2. Who's doing the scoring summary to have something else to tell you. Third period goal, 6:36 O'Neill, making it 4-2. Three 0 after the first period, and the Halifax Hawks scored 2 in the second. A power play goal late in the second period, 3-2. And striking here at the 6:36 mark, O'Neill making it 4-2. Is that enough maybe to put the Hawks away? Hawks going to keep on trying here as the puck goes out of play. Keegan O'Neill, the goal scorer. McIntosh getting his second point of the afternoon. Gets the assist, 6:36 the time. And it's 4-2, as I mentioned here. third period. So now the strategy changes now. Here's Hanrahan. He's looked pretty good here with some speed. Fans on the shot and misses. Had a second chance, caught up with it, but unable to get a shot. Hawks break 4 wide as they'll send it in. Arnold will be the first there, but for the Hawks, and he'll come up with it. Put it to Mumberket, and it went off his stick, and a chance there for Gabe Raphael. This must be the most dangerous line, Arnold, Raphael, Mumberket. Nice little move here. And a nice little stick there by the team captain. Stops St. Clair near center ice. Mumberket, battle of 16s come together as Clark steers them away from danger territory. Long lead pass up ahead. St. Clair has some ice. Wagner, a nice little move by St. Clair. Backhand and stopped there by Lou. Well, for defensively, you couldn't have handled it any better, and a penalty coming up as Mumberket will go to the box. Power play brought to you by Atlantic Acura. Might have been a hook there that really prevented St. Clair from getting that good wrist shot off. We'll have to wait the call here from the scorer's area down in ice level. Here's O'Neill in the meantime coming in, driving, goes towards the middle and has his pocket pick. He'll have to go to the corner and get it. As they're in that near side corner, puck up for grabs. Nice little deke there, but unable to pull the trigger. There was St. Clair. He has been dangerous. Was in the first and showing a little bit signs of that here in the third period. Pilling now has it once again. Sends it back to Cameron. Cameron, wrist shot, and Lou, not sure if he got a piece of it, but he was trying to go for the glove. Didn't come up with it. In the meantime, Miners are kept outside there by the Hawks. McIsaac loses the puck momentarily, and Bishop tried to get it out. He's slow to get up, and he's hobbling, trying to get to the bench. Bishop hurt there. Hopefully he'll be all right and still be able to play the rest of this one, which has 5:55 left to go. 48 seconds left in the Mumberket penalty. Hawks have it now. Walworth can't get it down all the way. Gets out to center ice. He'll get a second chance now. Finds the opening, goes off glass, and Cameron says it down just inside his blue line there for the Miners. Hutchings can't handle the hot pass. Hawks send it down. This is almost like a deja vu all over again. Merritt looking for a loose puck there. Finn Merritt there for the Hawks. 17 seconds left to go. Just to finish my point, first half of the power play, dangerous for the Miners. The second half, the Hawks look really good. That's the way it was in the first period in one of the power plays. And almost a sense of deja vu all over again as the Hawks send it down. Penalty to Mumberket's over. Even strength now. And we have 5 left to go here in the third. Things starting to get loud here at the Halifax Forum on a Thursday afternoon. Provincials, Pee Wee style, AAA on 360 Live. Dan Hobson along for the call. Neil Gordon is down there, a few levels away with the camera. Arnold there, tried to center. It's Bresson looking for it. Looks in behind, a penalty coming up. And it's a hooking call. And based on the way that the Hawks are acting, they're not liking it. Actually, it will be the Miners that get it, but the Hawks player was pleading. St. Clair will go to the box. This Halifax Hawks power play brought to you by Atlantic Acura. A hooking call to St. Clair. 10:22 the time. The Hawks look to try to get something to get it to a 1-goal game here. And this is big. And this is big here for the Miners. They want to keep it a 2-goal game. And back comes Mumberket, fresh out of the box here for the Hawks. loses the handle. A nice little stick check there by O'Neill. That will allow Clark to try to clear there for the Miners. McMinn. It was Cameron, pardon me, number 17. My apologies. McMinn now. Wrist shot and a glove save there by Bresson and towards the corner. A one and done and down, and you could hear the Glace Bay faithful one and done and applause. Pretty simple plan here for the Miners here. Minute and 4 left in the St. Clair penalty. 3:38 left to go here in the third period. McMinn now will send it towards the corner. He'll get the return pass. He'll tee the shot up. Doesn't get through as McIsaac in the way. Now a wrist shot there by McKinnon. And it's a bouncing puck and it's covered up. And Bresson not too happy with the extra chops afterwards. And has a thing to say there to the Hawks players. 45 seconds left in the St. Clair hooking penalty. Referee going over to the scorer's area, the penalty box area, to talk to the official timekeepers. Halifax Hawks have called a timeout, so they're going to burn it here with 3:23 left to go. And you got to wonder if the old mouse on the wheel is working here for Tyler Dixon and the Halifax Hawks. Maybe pull Lou and get a 2-man advantage here with 45 seconds left. Whether you lose by 2, whether you lose by 3, you lose. That's just probably what's going for the mentality. Get the extra body out there, make it a 2-man advantage. Could that possibly be in his plan? Not right now, because Lou's going back to the goal there for the Halifax Hawks. Mumberket on the draw against Clark. They score! Just like that. It squeaks through. It's 4-3. It's 4-3, late stages here. Third period. First 3 came as from the Miners, then 2 straight by the Hawks. And then here in the third period, O'Neill, and now the response here by the Hawks, and time not on their side, trailing by 1. There's a wrist shot. And that's stopped there by Bresson. There's a big loose rebound up for grabs. And it will be Hanrahan that comes up with it here with 2:36 left to go here in the third period. And it's sent back down. Gutwald will come up with the puck here for the Miners. Knowing that they have a 1-goal lead, he's taking his time and being cautious. Coming to his own zone, hits Hanrahan. Hanrahan can't handle it, but does get into the Hawk zone momentarily. Back out to neutral ice area. Cameron there has his pocket pick. Now the Hawks hoping to get Arnold going, but it's too far out of his reach as the puck's to center ice area. Coming up to 2 to go here in the third period. 4-3 to score. Hutchings now with Hanrahan. He'll cross the blue line, but Hanrahan ahead of the play. Offside. A minute and 58 left to go. And that's third period, and it has been an entertaining one. And we've got game number 2 coming up between the Pictou Crushers and the Tossa Ducks. Ducks having a fantastic season, winner of the Buster Harvey tournament. The Pictou Crushers, of course, will be hosting Atlantics April 4th to 7th in New Glasgow at the Pictou County Wellness Arena. They know they're going for sure, but they want to earn their trip there. So it's the Ducks Crushers coming up, and a battle of the Nova Scotia Pee Wee Provincial Hockey Championship from 2017 coming up here. Game number 2 at 2 o'clock. Legier going in. Minute and 25 left to go. But because the puck gets out to center ice, Lou can't go anywhere there for the Hawks. Pilling there pokes it out to center ice, starts a change now. Here's Mumbercat. Mumbercat with shot and a pad save by Bresson as Lou is to the bench with 1:04 left to go. All hands on deck here for the Hawks. And it's back out to center ice. Fitzpatrick bothered there by Matheson. Up the center ice, Arnold. Merritt there. Can't get through. Clark has a chance. Eyes the open net. Hits the post. The bottom of the post. It was a bouncer. And that was a little bit of bad luck for him as he tried to ice this one here. 40 seconds left. 4-3. Hawks pressing. Puck to the outside now towards the corner. Mumbercat drives. Falls down. Gutwald was guarding him. McMinn can't keep it in. He'll have to go back. 20 seconds left to go. Merritt now. Wrist shot. And a stop there by Bresson, and he covers up. Just in the nick of time as the Hawks' Arnold was driving towards the net. If this is the way that all 17 games are going to be this weekend, get your seatbelts on, folks. Fantastic finish we have here. Mumbercat gets it towards the corner, but Miners are just happy to keep it to the outside. 8 seconds left to go. And now play is blown down. Things getting intense. You could hear them yelling here. Ice level. Microphones may be able to pick it up. Linesman coming to get some separation there along the far side. O'Neill spins and gets it towards the corner. 2 seconds left. They'll freeze it there. Miners win 4-3. Well, it's hard to come back from a 3-goal deficit, but the Halifax Hawks gave it the old college try, but they came up 1 goal shy here in this one. The first period did not go the way they would like, but they bounced back, had a better second period, made it 3-2 after 2 periods. But that goal by O'Neill at 6:36 of the third period made it an uphill battle. They did respond to make it 4-3, but not enough goals here in this one for them. And they fall to defeat, and they'll start this tournament 0-1. Glace Bay goes to 1-0. Teams are handshaking. So, take a look, see who the players of the game are. A lot of choices. The Bresson, St. Clair. McIsaac looked good as McIntosh, and of course McKinnon and Raphael look good there for the Hawks. So just waiting the official announcement there. As I said, this game number 2 of the championship is going to be a pretty good one, as they're going to do the players of the game presentation here. Jeff McMinn, the player of the game there. Jack McMinn, the player of the game for the Halifax Hawks. And you can't go wrong with that. Bresson, he was good. He was strong in that second period. He's the one that kept it pretty well. The Hawks, they had some chances, and he shut the door in that second period and was definitely the difference maker when they found their game. that the Hawks gave these Sydney champions, the Cape Breton champions, all they could offer here in this first game. But they come up short 4-3. So we'll sign off for now. Game number 2 coming up between the Ducks and the Crushers here at 2 o'clock. So for my producer, Neil Gordon, and everybody here at 360 Live, my name is Dan Hobson. Thank you for tuning in. So long for now.